If not, press 2.
Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual program, the Target Individual experience. So you hear this voice. I'm calling UPS. I had placed an order from an auto parts store, and it was supposed to be delivered to me on Thursday, but it was not delivered to me on Thursday. And Friday, I checked the tracking and it said that it was going to be delivered to me on Friday. Friday came, package wasn't delivered. Okay, I checked again late last night. They told me it's going to be delivered today. They gave me a.
To decline, press 2.
They gave me a.
Qualified for a free medical alert system for you or a loved one. With your free medical alert system, you and your family will love the comfort and peace of.
I don't want this stuff. I said no. So why are they trying to force you? This is what they do. They try to force ads onto you, right? You just hear me click. I said no, right, on the option that was stated. If you're not interested, and then they're still talking about this damn medical device. I don't need this shit. If I say no, then that's it. Just put me to the, where I need to go to. But anyway, this is part of what they do. See, now I'm calling back, and now I get the directory assistant. That's not what I want. This is I'm calling the UPS number. Okay. This is what I'm calling the UPS number. Okay, right here. 1-888-724-5877. Okay, so I'll show you. This is what they do, and this is the United States government that's doing this. So whether it be the federal government, the FBI, the CIA, and you're a targeted individual, this is what they do to you. Okay.
You have dialed a number that is not available from your calling area.
See this? It's telling me that because they basically, stole my package. That's basically what's happened. And now I can't even find, I can't get in contact with anybody about my package. I called the the USPS, right? Because apparently UPS transferred the package to the postal service because I got a postal tracking number. Okay, and when I called the USPS and I put in the tracking number, it says that the package is at a facility here in Brooklyn, and it was here on the 22nd. Okay, and then it says there's no further info, and the package had not been transferred to the postal service, but I have a postal tracking number. Okay, so this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing because, like I said, this is an attempt to derail everything that you do. Okay, this is the government, trying to, or they consider you a threat, right? So they try to set you up, okay, and experiment on you using mind control technologies, microchipping you, okay. And then when you speak out against it, then they try to retaliate against you by villainizing you, spreading rumors about you, getting the community to participate in the active psychological harassment and surveillance. Okay, this is what they do. And this is COINTELPRO 2.0. On top of that, non-consensual illegal experimentation. On top of that, coercive persuasion programming. On top of that, Zoom, which is a German terminology, and what the Stasi were doing to people who they consider to be a threat, right? The total annihilation of a person's self, their psyche. And if they're not able to do that, then they're going to make that person's life a living hell, destroying their relationships, destroying their health. This is what's happening, okay? And I want people to understand this, all right? And this is why I do what I do. They may call me crazy or say whatever the hell they want to say, but I'm giving you the evidence. If you look at all my video, I'm giving you the evidence from the psychological breakdown of what they're doing to me, to the destruction of my packages, okay, to the outright theft of my packages, right? I had ordered a package from Walmart. They said that the delivery, this is from LaserShip, and this is not the first time they've taken my package from LaserShip. They've taken my package from every courier, every mail, every package delivery courier you can think of. They have stolen my pack. They have stolen packages from me. Okay, so this is what they're doing, right? So in my attempt to go back to school, they've been sending me these subliminal messages. You see my video using the police to actively engage and trying to harass me, trying to intimidate me into not going to school to better myself, right? This is what they're doing. So anytime you try to better yourself and elevate, they'll pull you back down, right? And this is what's been happening. These people out there that's on the street, especially black people that are targeting me in the way that they're targeting me, the same thing is being done to them, okay? But their mentality, and I'm gonna put this way because this is the best way I can put it, okay? During slavery, okay, before slavery, put it like this, before slavery, you had black indentured servants and you had white indentured servants, okay? Now the white elites, okay, did not want to give these white indentured servants after they work off their years, their term, right? According to how many years they're going to work the land before they can get a piece of property so they can have their own. The white slave masters, the white elite, did not want to do that. They did not want to give these white indentured servants any land. Okay, did not want to do that. So what they did, because with the black indentured servants, they basically said, okay, we're going to make black people slaves, right? And the white people, they were in uproar, right? As well as some of the black people were in uproar too, because they're, I think it's called the Macon Rebellion, where you had black indentured service and white indentured service working together to protest, right? The white elite did not want that, okay? So what they did is that all the whites that were indentured servants, they got rid of them, and they made the blacks slaves, and they went to Africa and brought slaves over to work the land for free. And the white indentured servants, okay, had no jobs. They had no jobs, right? So what did the whites elites do? They said, okay, we need to squash them, okay? Squash that mentality of organizing and protesting. So we're going to tell them that they're better than black people and that they can treat black people any way that they want, okay? And just that idea of whiteness, because they were, they're saying, well, if you're white, then, you have such and such privilege. But the poor white people didn't have privilege. The only privilege they had was the fact that they can, speak to black people, anywhere they want, and they can hang us, lynch us, beat us, and that was enough to take their mindset away from protesting these white elites and fighting for what was rightfully theirs, which was a piece of land that they can, call their own. They can build a house, they can grow their fruits and vegetables, what have you, you know. So it's kind of like these people, especially these black people who participate in this, right? So they don't want to fight for it. They're the majority of us here in America, these black people don't want to fight for equality. They want the few who are fighting to fight for them, right? But the majority don't want to get in the ring and fight. Okay, so the few who are fighting, they sit back and they're like, well, these people are gonna fight for us, so I ain't got to participate in this. I ain't got to do nothing, right? So this is the mentality that they have. So then here is a class of people who have been experimented on by the U.S. government, who been villainized, who've been manipulated. People around them has been manipulated. Okay, who the government seems these white racist mother effers who view them as a threat, right? So what did they do? They do all kind of shit, whether to set you up, whether to drug you, whether to get women or men to claim that you sexually assaulted them, whether to stop you from opening a business in which you're trying to employ black people. Okay, not these little business that you see, in the black neighbor in the areas where black people live. I can't even say black neighborhood because the majority of black people who live in, especially in my neighborhood, don't own the property. Okay, they're renters. Okay, There are a few that have own homes, but the majority are renters living in apartment buildings. Okay, so it's not our community. We don't own shit. You go to the bodegas, we don't own shit. Okay, you go to the busy streets that have all the shops and stuff like that. The vast majority is not owned by black people. Okay, and then they use the religious component, right? Which is that because they know how powerful religious indoctrination is, so they get believers and to give them this feeling of going to war for Christ, for Jesus, or for God, right? And the people who they're attacking are the devils, they're evil, or such and such, right? This is how the indoctrination works. And what happened when when it comes to religious people, right? And that's the majority of them, okay? Is that when they have this belief that they are warriors for Christ, they are soldiers of God's, kind of like Joel's uh, God's army, right? If you've ever heard of that, you should research that. And so these people wholeheartedly participate in the destruction of another human being, of their life, or they'll do kind of shit. Like I said, I've been poisoned. I stopped eating at IHOP because the four times I went to IHOP and I had food poisoning. The last time was so severe that I never went back there. Okay, so I'm very, and then I called the Department of Health to file a complaint. And of course, these people they're everywhere. They're infiltrated everywhere. Okay, so this is the mentality, of these people, right? Because their life is shitty. Okay, so they have to attack me or attack others like me for them to feel good, right? On top of that, you have the people who are over them, right? Who might be black, a lot of them are white, who know exactly what's going on, okay? And they use money, okay? And so, this is what I got to deal with from time to time, So anyway, like I said, registering for school and, had to get 15 credits. They're trying to deny me getting 15 credit. I went back, I got the 15 credit, then they're mad, so they retaliate. So how they retaliate? By not, delivering my package. So now my package is stuck, right? I can't call the USPS because they claim, even though I have a tracking number, they claim that the package hasn't been transferred to them. I'm trying to call UPS, as you can see, as I just played, right? And I got a message saying that the number that I called, that somehow I can't call it because of my area, when I called it before. Okay, so let's see again. This is the number. Okay, this is the number I'm dialing. Okay, let's look at the.
You have dialed a number that is not available from your calling area.
All right, and let's look at the domestic number. It's the same, right? It's the same. Now, if you go to the beginning of this video, you'll hear a automated message about some medical device because this is the number that I call and I got through. So now how all of a sudden, right, I can't get through because it's saying that you know that I can't make this call from my area when I've called this number plenty of times, right? I've called this number. So this is the outright theft of my package. Okay, and this is retaliation. This is what they do, right? This is their retaliation because I expose what it is that they're doing. Okay, so this is I ordered some car parts because I need the car to get fixed today, right? Hence the reason why I ordered it because it was supposed to come Thursday. So now it's unlikely that it will get delivered today. Okay, so you see it says here the 23rd, 8/23 at 4/12/28, destination scan, Brooklyn, New York. Okay, but if you check this out, which is again, this will tell you, right, how these people are, right? And there you go again. So it says here August 22nd, right? So why on the UPS tracking, right? I'm sorry. Why? Because this is where I ordered from. It says the destination scan. So they scanned it at the destination it was supposed to be delivered at on the 23rd, right? So now I go to the UPS site, right? And then it says here in transit at 11:45 a.m. Okay. Then you come back to the USPS and it says departed shipping partners facility, UPS awaiting item, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. Right? Then it says your item departed a shipping partner's facility at 5:46 a.m. August 22nd, 2019. So that means that when it left there at 5:46, it was on its way to the post office. I noticed. I've been through this over and over again. From time to time, they do this. They will not deliver my package. They will outright steal my package, and it's been happening again lately. Okay, this is what they are doing. So now I have to call um, the retailer, and it's Saturday, so I'm not even sure that they're open. Okay, but this is what they're doing. Okay, this is what they're doing. This is retaliation, right? Now, how are you going to expect to experiment on someone, manipulate them, manipulate the people around them, okay? And then you try to silence them, okay? Like, what kind of shit is that? That is some sadistical shit. But this is the US government we're talking about here. This is nothing new. This has happened before, and it will continue to happen. And when they get people, the majority of people, to participate in this shit, on top of that, the development of mind control technologies that is being created, okay, that's been used on me and my family, right? That has caused the rifts and the arguments and the breakups within relationships. And when you try to tell people about these technologies, they don't want to hear it. Why? And I say this, you know, I'm not sure if I said this on my video, but in South Africa, the white apartheid government created biological chemical weapons to specifically target black people. Okay? To specifically target black people, to target the melanin in our skin. Okay? So for black people, this is for black people, not for white people or for the white targeted individuals, but this is for the black targeted individuals and black people in general. Right? You walk around with your heads in the damn cloud. Okay? Not living the way you're supposed to be living. You're just surviving. The vast majority of us are just surviving. Okay? And there's a reason why. Because the same people who've convinced you to target me and to, steal my stuff, poison me, psychologically harass me, is the same people that are allowing you just to survive and not to live. But you guys can't hear it because you got Jesus stuck in the brain. Jesus is your crack, okay? And the church is the crack house. And if you do the research of where this religion comes from, as well as Islam, you will get a better understanding that that book and this Jesus is a fictional character. Now, I'm not saying this to offend anyone's religion, but it's just the truth. And if you get offended and you want to prove me wrong, then do the research and come back to me and prove me wrong. Okay? Now, if you find out the truth and you still want to believe in it, that's fine. But when you try to use it to subjugate, to suppress someone, then guess what? I'm not going to respect your religion. I'm not going to respect you either. Because the vast majority of people who target me are Christians or Muslim or religious people. And from time to time, they will try to get me to convert to Christianity, and then sometimes they'll send the Muslims to try to talk to me to convince me into becoming, Islamist, okay, a Muslim. No, I'm not interested in none of that stuff. That stuff doesn't do our people any good. It just keeps us in a perpetual state of mental bondage, and you guys can't see that. And it's harder now because with the development of these technologies of the silent sound spectrum, okay, which is based on the radio frequency, microwave frequency spectrum, right, which operates at the level of the frequency of your brain waves. They can induce thoughts into your mind without you even knowing it, because you're hearing your own inner thoughts. And I've talked about this. Do the research, people. Okay. Now, a lot of over the years, they've been scrubbing the internet of a lot of information about this stuff, but there's still information out there, and I have some of this information. Okay. But this is what's been going on right now. They will never allow you to get what you want if you're a targeted individual, and not just a targeted individual, but the vast majority of us black people um, who are trying to basically try to, live a good life and a better life, stuff like that. You know, they don't want that, and I don't know any other way to say it, because the truth is out there, but we're not looking at the truth. We got our head stuck in a book, okay, that is not based on facts, that has no archaeological evidence to prove that the characters in there even existed, okay? And when you go back into the history, all roads lead to Greece, okay? And before that, you got to look at the African Kemetic spiritual belief system, in which all religion derives from. All. So you have some people trying to convince, especially these black Muslims, who don't want to associate themselves with Africa. So they consider themselves to be descendants of the Babylonians or the Sumerians. Again, the self-hatred of these books, okay, and how they brainwash the African mind to detach itself from Africa. Understand this. So it's just, like I said, my package is not going to be delivered. The car is not going to get worked on today, and I need to get worked on today. And the reason why they're doing it is because, uh, again, it's retaliation, okay? Because the fact is that I registered for school, I got my 15 credits. They try to give me 14 because I wanted 15, right? So they got to give me 14. I was like, nah, 15, okay? And then they start messing with my financial aid, okay? This is what they are doing. This is the COINTELPRO on steroids, and like I said, that's just one part of it, right? Because it's a combination of many different programs, from non-consensual human experimentation, psychological conditioning, okay, illegal implantation of microchip for the purpose of remote door monitoring, okay, and COINTELPRO, the surveillance part, getting your neighbors involved, getting your families involved, blackmailing your family, trying to blackmail you to shut you up. But again, I got to do a video just to prove what I'm saying, that I'm not making this shit up, okay? So I'm gonna attempt. I mean, you guys heard it yourself. I call the UPS number, and it tells me that I can't make this call from my area. You know what I'm saying? When at the beginning of the video, I called and it went through. I had to go through some survey and stuff like that. That talk about some medical device, what have you. I mean, come on. This is what we gotta uh, deal with as TIs. Okay, and that's why it's important that we, you know, that we speak out, that we expose what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna keep you guys posted as to what's going on, and see if I can, you know, find out where my package is, because definitely I can't even, you know, had it been delivered Thursday, you know, and these are car parts, right? So I could have gotten the car fixed today, but now, you know, it's Saturday. It's, you know, going on 2 o'clock, and there's no way I can, you know, get the car fixed now. And they know this, and that's the reason why they did it. Okay, like I said, they'll always have contingency plan, and they'll always do stuff like this. So if they know you order something, right, they will send you a subliminal message about, you know, not delivering your package or stealing your package because they're trying to shut you up. Or if you talk, but because I've been doing the videos that I've been doing, exposing them for what they've been doing to me, using the police to try to intimidate me and harass me. Okay, so now this is retaliation, right? This is what they're doing. This is retaliation.